You don't come home from nights out.
I say I've been hustling in and out the door for every dollar, no discussing it.
Welcome back, one. Welcome back, all. It's Monday night, and you know what Monday night means. We have got a brand new episode of the USA Bassin Kayak Awards Show in the house tonight. My name is Chad Brock. Nobody has a clue why I'm even here, but this guy over here, the guy that lives down by the Tennessee River, the kids go, there goes that man, and the women go, who is that man, as he pedals that beautiful Jackson kayak up and down that Tennessee River, Mr. Jason Major Champion Cassidy. You're muted. You're so muted right now. You totally wasted that. Totally wasted it. It looked good. You need to slide over just a little bit so that you can wear the crown. Just the other way, up, right there. There it is.
Yes, there it is. You got me. You got my 20.
Mm-hmm. I got you. I can see the crown. You're wearing the crown now.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, so division champ, baby. Yeah, got the Spirit Hall. Big Happy Gilmore checks behind us. So yeah, shout out to them for making some cool stuff for us. And yeah, there you go. I love it. Chad's gonna be a little. Yeah. Tennessee.
Can I gong you?
Yeah, the Gong Show. Remember that?
The Gong Show.
That's some good stuff.
Golly, man. So many tournaments, so little time again tonight. We have had a plethora, which means a lot for you folks at home that may not know what that word means, of kayak fishing tournaments over the past week. And, buddy, we got a lot to break down tonight. But there's also, again, a lot coming up. So, man, this past week we had, the boys out on the Susky. We had the boys out on Green River Lake. We had the boys out on Chickamauga. We had the boys out on
Lake Fork.
No. Oh, the Eastern Shore boys. They wrapped up that month long. And then you had the Hudson River up there in the great state of New York.
Good God Almighty.
Also champions. Boo. Can we boo that as Indiana people? I think we're supposed to, aren't we?
Oh, you mean there was basketball? I'd stop watching.
I didn't think they knew anything about basketball in the state of New York.
No, it's just this is the only kind of thing I like to see up in New York. But hey, whatever.
Right.
Brunson, right. He's a baller. Shout out to anybody that likes the Knickerbockers. Whatever. Nobody cares. Nobody on this podcast cares anyway, Jay.
Yeah, it took you long enough. There you go. We did our due diligence with that one. But, man, we got to jump into this thing because we do have a lot going on. So let's go ahead and get a little share screen going.
We're going to have a full one tonight.
Share screen. Welcome to New York and the Adirondack Division, coming at you from the beautiful part of the Hudson River, not downtown New York.
But, not the Scully crash site, but the good stuff.
No. There's no 747s or anything in this part of the river. But let's go ahead and bring on the director, Mr. Bill Short.
Bill Short, a.k.a. the champ, a.k.a. Dancing with the Stars, son. Let's go.
How is everybody?
Good, buddy. How are you tonight?
I'm doing all right.
So, Bill, give us a little rundown on this section of the Hudson River and kind of the conditions that you guys were seeing for the day.
Well, this section that was open for this tournament ran from Lock 1 in Waterford, New York, all the way up to the falls in Luzerne, New York, which is probably close to around 80 miles of river that were open. The river,
just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
But that keeps us out of the tidal waters. So it was pretty interesting. It was good fishing this weekend, I thought. the water seemed a little bit low, and it was a little cloudier than I would have expected it to be. But all in all, it worked out. It was a beautiful day. Started out with bluebird clear skies and ended up dark and cloudy, but we got off the water before the rain.
Excellent. Good timing there, Mr. Director, man. And obviously, if the folks got eyes to see and ears to hear, they can see why one Mr. Bill Short, tournament director extraordinaire, also champion, thought the conditions were right for the picking. Looking at your Tourney X leaderboard, brought to you by the fine folks at Bubba. I see a very familiar name at the top of that board.
Yeah, there I am.
What do you know? Every once in a while, somebody gets a little lucky, huh?
Well, yes, I'd like to think so.
Absolutely. Well, it looks like you had some, a few competitors there. Your top three, all with the 5 bass limit. Made you work for it a little bit, but yeah, man. Why don't you tell us a little bit about these anglers and what we got going on? What happened over there in New York? You beat the rain. Now let's tell you how you beat them fish.
Well, I'm not sure how the other guys did it, but for me, what worked was a Ned rig, a Neko style watermelon red worm from Kraken Baits, and what finished it off and brought the big ones on later in the day was a wacky Senko.
All right. So you finessed your way, and as Chad holds up the some Kraken tackle, looks like he might have that fluke in his hand. But yeah, man, you finessed your way to a 5 bass limit that secured your victory. And I forgot we were dealing with the Northeast tonight, so I would have brought more non-alcoholic beers by Go Brewing Company, because I got a feeling we're going to hear a lot of Kraken tackle tonight. Yeah, but yeah, man, 5 bass limit, bud. Way to go.
Yeah, I caught an awful lot of fish. A lot of them met because they didn't do what I needed. And I was fortunate enough that I caught lunker for the day as well. And that one came after the boards went dark, so nobody knew it.
Sneaky. Sneaky little snake. Oh, Bill. He gets you every time. Well, Bill, if you want to introduce your second place angler, I think we got him down there. Pulled him fresh out of the green room. He was chasing you down all day. Go ahead.
Yes, he was. Between the three of us at the top, we were back and forth with the lead all day long.
Awesome.
But welcome my travel buddy, my good friend, my good fishing partner, Mark Chase.
Thank you, Bill. How you guys doing?
Doing good, Mark. Welcome to the big show.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the big show.
Yes, it's always good to be on.
So Bill finessed his way to a 5 bass limit in his old town. You're rocking the red Hobie, looks like, the
Yes.
360 drive. What worked for you out there on the water?
I had a chatterbait going for a little bit, and I ended up dogging one, so I put that thing away because I didn't feel like dealing with that anymore. And little Crush City Mare, or 3-inch on the 3/16 jig head that got most of them, and a Ned rig with a Z-Man big TRD.
Nice.
I had a weedless jig head on there on the TRD, the 2 little wires.
Yeah.
And for some reason, man, I was losing them, and the wires were getting all bent up. It's like, okay, this got to stop. So I clipped them off, and my next fish I got is stuck it. So I just, when I changed out the hooks, they were getting dull. I cut the wires off. I think that was part of my problem with that. But most of them were the Crush City Mare 3-inch.
Nice. So another finesse style assault on the smallies there on the Hudson. Is it mainly smallmouth affair? Is that what we've been seeing in this tournament?
Yes. Yeah, and there are some largemouth, but smallmouth is predominant.
Okay. Very cool. I always get intrigued about a new. Obviously, everybody knows of the Hudson River, but most of them don't know it as a fishery.
Yeah.
And it looks like, you know, if you get into the right, you know, right little groove, you can get right pretty quick out there. It looks pretty fun.
Yeah, it's not my favorite place to fish, but my last tournament I had a top 5, but it's not my favorite place. We did a lot of pre-fishing and wasn't going very well, so got a new area. And you know, I knew Bill was going to go up to that one area and asked him if I come up there, stay out of his way, and he let me and Jim come up.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, heck yeah, man. And the Crocs look good while you're doing it. Those are some pretty fire
Cross
strings.
kicks. Cross kicks.
Cross kicks. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. Step up.
Don't want to get it twisted.
Yeah, I had a pretty good day. I stayed in one area for a while. Then when we pre-fished that week, I had one little area where I caught 2 keepers. I made their run. It was about half mile or so, run to it. I left fish to find fish. I got one down there. It was the same size as my smallest. I fished there another 5-10 minutes. And I head right back up there. Ended up calling out 3 more when I got up to the area I was fishing before. I should have just stayed there, but I had to see it. It was bothering me. I had to check it out.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, you know, it doesn't kill you. I think you know, Bill and any angler will tell you that, you know, if hindsight's, you know, 2020, you know, it's one of those deals. If you would have not went, you would have been, you know, kicking yourself. Man, I coulda, shoulda, woulda. There could have been fish up there, but you did your due diligence.
Right.
You checked it out.
Yeah.
And a second place finish ain't nothing to hang your head
Yep.
on. I mean, that's
I was
great.
very, very happy to get a limit because the pre-fishing didn't go well. I think it got 2 keepers and that was it. So I was happy to get my 5th fish. I thought, whatever happens here is okay.
So when you saw that Bill had won and took home big bass after the lights went dark, did you think Bill was sandbagging on you?
No.
No,
No,
I would have. I look at that guy. He looks like a stone cold sandbagging son of a gun right there. But
I did see it when I caught that 18. I had before that I was only 3/4 of an inch behind him, and that put me ahead. It's like, well, either he's going to catch more. It's like it was dark after that. I couldn't see, but it's like, well, somebody's going to catch him and post something up. So I wasn't getting too excited at that point because anything could happen. And he got a couple more and he called up.
Yeah, I did at the end, big time.
Yep. Yes, you did.
Keep rubbing it in, Bill.
Well,
he's so humble, folks.
It's all good. It's all good. All good.
It's funny how Mark mentioned leaving fish to find fish, because I kept saying that to myself all morning long until I got my limit. I kept saying, don't leave them. They're here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. That we talk about it every week, how important that 5 fish limit is. You ain't going to win without it. I mean, it's just that simple.
That's right.
Take care of business first and then go for dessert later. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Sometimes out there you've got to remind yourself that, like, hey, it might have got slow, but they are here, and you just got to buckle down and grind through. I mean, that's a good way to put it, Bill.
Heck yeah. Well said, and congratulations to both of you.
Yes.
Well,
he deserved it. Thank you.
Fun at the end of things. There was Jim, Mark, and myself, and 2 other kayakers all in this same area, and we could watch each other. We were that close together.
Wow.
It's not.
I was the only one in 1.5 foot of water fishing. No, everybody kind of stayed back. I was right up in there. My motor was hitting sometimes. It's like, okay, you can't go any farther in this. But that's, it was a little bit rocky. That's where they were hanging out.
Yeah. Got 80 miles of fishable water, and you got everybody in stone's throw with each other, right?
Yep.
It's all about the community in the kayak game. I tell you what.
Yeah.
Well, heck yeah, man. Well, I mean, we don't want to push you guys through, but
It's okay.
we'll get some other anglers on here. Mark,
Yeah.
we all know about your amazing girlfriend that lets you fish day in
She's
and
still
day out.
working. Yes.
Oh man, God bless her.
Yep.
Yeah, and I've been getting some hate mail from some wives out there across the
Oh no.
the USA Bassin world. They're like, why you got to be comparing us to this Mark Chase's legendary girlfriend? And I was
He
like, hey,
made-
it is what it is. You know, either ladies, either you step your game up or gone get.
Nah, she's awesome. She's awesome. I love her
Yeah,
so
she
much.
set the
She's
bar
great.
high. Heck
Yep.
yeah. Heck
No,
yeah.
Well, Mark,
looked bad last time, so this time I have to thank my wife for letting me play this game.
yeah, you fellers need thank who you want to thank, and Bill, we'll start with you real quick. Go ahead and thank who you want to thank, and tell the folks at home where they can get to know Bill Short and the New York Trail on the interwebs.
Okay, I want to thank my wife and family for letting me play this game. It takes up a lot of my time, but they know it keeps me calm. You can find me on Facebook at Bill Short. I also have Bill Short Outdoors, and you can reach me on USA Bassin Kayak New York Divisions page on Facebook. Come out and fish with us. This coming Wednesday, we have another Wednesday night shuffle from 4 until sunset. And then this coming Sunday, we're up in the Saranac chain of lakes, which takes in about 17 different ponds and lakes in the true Adirondacks. And there again, there's going to be a lot of smallmouth caught, but largemouth as well. Some big largemouth. So come fish with us. Thank you.
Heck yeah. Go ahead, Mark.
Well, thanks my girlfriend as always. Yeah, my friends, my family, Bill for putting this on for us. Yeah, just everybody that supports me and doing what I love. I thank every one of you, and you can find me on Facebook, Mark Chase. I have a YouTube channel, Mark Chasing Fish, and Instagram's the same, Mark Chasing Fish. And thank you guys for doing this for us. This is pretty neat.
We love it. It's become a Monday night tradition for us both, and we wouldn't have it any other way. And Bill, go Sox.
My what?
Yeah.
Go Red Sox.
Yeah, I was
go.
going to ask if Chad put you that hat in the mail.
Hey, me and Bill got some side conversations. We got our own chat going for baseball games. They're not so pleasant at the moment. All right, guys. Well, thank you for being here.
Oh, you're welcome.
Us,
Thank you.
but we're off to the next one.
Heck
All
yeah.
right.
Hey, Bill, nice shirt, bro. I just seen that.
Oh,
Nice. Hey, I like that shirt. Look at that. Bill
I like
got the
it.
swag.
He's
We
got the OG
Got
logo.
the OG logo. Yeah.
All right. Love checking in with those guys, Bill and Mark, both upstanding individuals.
Yeah.
And
Mainstays on this show.
Can't wait to see them at the Classic coming up really, really, really soon.
Yeah, the way the year's ticking by, Chad, the first week in October is going to be here in no time flat. So get your points, get your travel crew ready, because Lake Catawba or Lake Barkley in Catawba, Kentucky is ready for you. So
Absolutely,
you better be ready for it. Let's go.
Let's go ahead and bring on another good co-host here, Mr. Where'd he go? He was on there. There he is. Mr. Andy, what is up, dude?
Hey, Mr. Crack-a-lackin'.
What's going on?
Crack and tackle.
Crack
We
attack.
need a cracking sound effect like.
All I got's applause right now. Andy, man, another great month long. So I'm going to give you a second, kind of introduce the month long here, and I'm going to work on pulling up those results while you and Jason are chatting about this.
Yeah, so it's a new format, I guess, for USA Bassin, but it's a team event. You got all month. It helps out the guys or anybody that fishes and has a hard time with their job scheduling wise. not everybody gets to take the weekends off and come out and fish with us. So that allows you to fish at your leisure and be able to, still get your points to qualify for the Kayak Classic on Lake Barkley this year. So it's been pretty successful so far. Definitely getting good participation, and hopefully it keeps growing.
Heck yeah, man. I've been intrigued with this format ever since you laid it out, and the team format's always been really cool. But to have the individual aspect for anglers to gain those points for the classic is a neat little plot twist to incorporate opportunity into a very tight schedule because, like you said, not everybody can get those weekends off to go out and fish. And this provides an opportunity not just to fish with one of your buddies, but and win as a team, but it gives you the opportunity to win as an individual to get those points for the Kayak Classic. So super cool format. Definitely want to see that take off across the country. I think it would be successful in everywhere that we currently have divisions. So what are your anglers? What's the angler feedback on that so far?
So far, everybody seems to like it. Again, a lot of the anglers that fish it, they have kind of crazy work schedules. Um, so they can't. I know one of them, he unfortunately had to miss our last weekend tournament um, due to work, and he's also part of the monthly, and being able to fish, whenever he can, helps him out. And again, he's already looking at campsites and places to stay in Kentucky, so he's excited for that. And luckily, the month long gives him the ability to get those necessary points to get to Kentucky this year. So
Yeah, heck
so
yeah.
far, feedback's been good. Participation's been good. I think from last year, it's like doubled, even with our weekend tournaments. So I think this is the third year that we have this series on Eastern Shore of Maryland, Delaware. So far so good. You know.
Well, okay. Well, Chad's got the results pulled up there, and not going to say I'm super surprised about the first place winners. Although I think I'm guessing is that Junior on the left hand side that's holding pops up. Is that
Yeah.
how that
Yep.
broke down? So
Yep.
GQ Junior and GQ Senior. If you want to go ahead and break down your top five there and how all that laid out. But and look at these names. I love the names that these guys come up with too. Man. It's pretty cool. So go ahead and talk us through your top five there, if you will, Andy.
Yeah. So I mean, these guys in top five, they kind of seem to live there every month. But they just know where to find the fish and where to find the quality fish. Um, again, like you said, no surprise. Bassaholics take it again. Those guys are, a heck of a duo. And even though this month Gordy seemed to, you know, have the team uh, in first, you don't know. Anything could happen next month. And I mean, the month before in April, it was pretty even. And I believe Gordy got first and Gordon got second on the individual standings. Um, so it's just, these guys are really taking advantage of any little bit of time they have to fish out in the water during the month and making it count.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. And you know, I, it looks a little lopsided up there at the top because Junior's got all those fish, but when you scroll over to the right, 192 and a quarter inches, a super strong 10 bass limit. In case folks are wondering, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fish, correct? Not five. And they, gosh, really a lot closer than what it looks like. They only won by 4 1/4 inches over the 10 dinks. Um, but yeah, these names are wild, man. This is awesome, and it looks like we got GQ in the 4 box here. Dang, a stone cold stud for a northern. That northern strain, it's been putting on the feedback. It knows it's going to be cold pretty soon. Lord have mercy. Was that 21 1/2 incher? I mean, good golly, Miss Molly. Would you look at it, Chad?
He's come
with
in
the
stacked.
thickness.
He come in stacked on the month long. I mean,
Yeah.
solo putting up. Got to pan over here just a little bit. Got to make my screen wider so we can get all Gordy's 10 fish in
Yeah,
there.
so we can fit all of his fish in there. If Weird Al
I mean-
Yankovic was going to do a song, like redo a song from like Disturbed, Down with the Sickness, it'd be Down with the
Mhm.
Thickness. You know what I'm saying? And these fish those are wide. Those are some wide fish you got up there, Gordy, man.
I mean, we're talking almost dang near 200 inches
Yeah.
in a month.
I mean, would you have had, I'm sure, does he have 100 fish or 100-inch with his best five?
Best five went for 98 and a quarter, and he also took
Dang,
home
all
big
right.
bass, 21 and a half. That was good enough to take big bass for the month of May. And not only that, but he also won our first weekend nighter or the weeknighter on Wednesday, June 3rd, with I believe 83 inches. So he got all three within a week's time essentially.
Gordy,
So
you're gonna have to start leaving some for the rest of us, bud.
Yeah, I mean it's got to wear off at some point, they're all making it to the kayak for the most part, not losing a lot of fish. It's ebbs and flows. So
Seems
That's
like a lot
awesome.
of flow to me. You're on this
It's good
show.
flow.
You're on this show as much as Chad and I are, and that's a lot. So break it down for us, if you will. I mean, you had a month to shake these fish out. Did you see a lot of transition changes? Did you have to constantly evolve, or did you just find it like everything else you do in fishing, easy?
no, I mean it was a pretty diverse month. The beginning of the month, we had a club tournament. It was May 3rd, and I caught a lot of fish on beds. I want to say I got off to a pretty good start. Our club River Runners, we had a no limit tournament, and I was lucky enough to get 3 or 4 19s and a couple 18s to get a really good floor going for the month long. And then I had a club tournament on the Potomac, a 2-day tournament, and really didn't do a whole lot of upgrading there, but I could tell the fishing was changing. They were kind of getting into the post spawn fry guarding, and and then as the month went on even further, it's mostly done here. There's not a whole lot around beds, but
Cool. Heck yeah. Well, you definitely got them figured out.
sorry, on that no limit tournament that Groove was mentioning, he actually ended up with 500 and a quarter inches for I think it was like 38 fish or something like that. So there was a pretty big gap too. I think it was like 187 inches between him and second place. So he had a pretty good day that day.
Was that so? That's a single day, no limit tournament.
yeah, single 8-hour.
How's those sums after that? I mean,
Raw. They were raw.
oh
They
my!
were raw. So yeah, I was lucky enough. Our club is Delaware and Maryland Eastern Shore, and this was in Kent County, Delaware ponds, where I grew up, and I was fortunate enough to fish a pond that I haven't been able to fish any tournaments in for a while. It's really just never on the list. It's a small pond, and like I said, I fished it my whole life. I kind of knew where they'd be, and went out there with some squid sticks from Andy, and man, it was just from start to finish. There you go.
Yeah, crack and tackle.
Yep.
It's going to be a
And
long.
that's pretty
non-alcoholic
much the story of the month for as far as most of my quality fish were coming on that crack and tackle squid stick. The 21 and a half I think I discussed with you guys after the Eastern Shore Ponds tournament, the one that Dave Weedleton won. That 21 and a half come off of a koiki. That's really the only other bait that really had any kind of effect on my month long.
Good night. Well, yeah, you definitely threw a wrecking ball in there. I mean, if the Koiki didn't do it, I mean, you came in like Miley Cyrus with the Kraken sticks. So I mean, congratulations again. I don't know if we're ever going to get tired of saying that to you, but I got a feeling we're going to probably repeat that a couple more times this year. So hell of a job, man.
Enjoy seeing you guys.
Absolutely. Hey, we're happy to have you here, man.
Heck yeah, I'm I don't know if your competitor did the same thing, but yeah, we love having you on the show. We love seeing you. We love it when you sign up. It's like, well, there's a good chance we're gonna get to talk to Gordy today, and yeah, and you never seem to let us down. So yeah, shout out to you and Pops, for taking the team win there.
And Mr. Deadford, Mr. Tyler.
Yeah,
he's
and Pops catches them. He's carried me plenty of times before. So this month it was nice to be able to go ahead and carry some of the weight. But he's definitely a contributor for sure.
Yeah,
and he's taught me a lot too. So
absolutely. And shout out to Pops on the upcoming Father's Day weekend.
Yeah, for sure.
And all the dads out there in USA Bassin Land.
Yeah. Yep. Andy, let's go ahead and talk about the new weeknight series. Jason and I talked a little bit about it on the last pod, but go ahead and kind of break down what's going on for that weeknight series, bud.
Okay, so we started the first one, or we had our first one June 3rd, and that we ran from 5:30 to 8:30 just because I figured that gave enough time for the guys that have a 8 to 5 to get home and grab some of their stuff quick and make it to a local pond or body of water close to them. And we had a pretty good turnout. I think we had, I want to say 13 anglers for the first one. The next one is going to be this Wednesday, the 17th. And we actually extended the hours a little bit with the sunset getting, or the daylight being a little longer now and the sun setting later. So we're going to be going from 5 to 9. And hopefully we have a good turnout. I think we got 2 or 3 guys already signed up. So hopefully, we get another 13, hopefully 15, so we can pay out 3 places this time and just keep that momentum going. That'd be pretty cool to see that. We're going to have 10 events. And I think we're pretty much on the same schedule as you, Chad, over in Indiana, like every other week. So I guess yours would be the Wednesday or this Wednesday as well, right?
Yep. So we've got let's see, New York will be the Wednesday night shuffle will be on Wednesday. You guys in the Eastern Shore, or well, it's more than just the Eastern Shore. You guys have got a big group, but you guys are going on Wednesday, and then we turn around on Thursday, and bing bang boom, we've got Kentucky starting their weeknight trail, and Indiana or rolling out, I think, with their 4th or 5th one. I can't remember exactly, but yeah. It's a busy through the week now. I mean, not only are we bassing all weekend long in all these states, but man, we've got a ton going on through the week.
Yeah, but
yes,
it's
seems
helping.
like those weeknighters are taking off big time. Go ahead, Andy.
Oh yeah, and I think it's helping. The trail grow. I think you were saying earlier we're up to 200 members and 88 have qualified already for the classic.
Yeah, we've got as of today we have 88 total. Anglers qualified to come to Lake Barkley. And then we've got 44 bubble boys is what I like to call them, just sitting right there on that bubble that are just waiting for, anywhere from 100 to 25 points or less just to get in. I think the first man out is like at 248 or something like that, if I remember correctly. So, I mean, we've got some people sitting on the edge ready to bust into this thing. I think by the time, we get some more results entered, I'm not sure if Rudy's got his all tallied in yet, but man, when those results start coming in at the end of this week, there's going to be some other happy people that are going to be well on their way to Lake Barkley.
Cool deal. Yeah, that'll be cool to have a pretty good turnout for the classic.
Oh yeah, heck
yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and I think if you guys haven't booked a room in beautiful Catawba, Kentucky, it might be time to get onto that.
Yeah. If you've never heard of Catawba, Kentucky, it's not because it's huge. I'm just saying. So if you plan on making a trip to the classic, I mean there is a plethora, to use Chad's word, of different lodging styles, cabins, campgrounds, and hotels. But yeah, if you're looking at a hotel option as well as Airbnbs, those do tend to fill up fast because they are somewhat limited. So get out there and get your rooms. We're not the only fishermen. Barkley and Kentucky Lakes in that area are extraordinarily popular that time of year. It's a beautiful time to be in Kentucky, and we won't be alone out there on the water. So Book now, book
We will
early.
not. That we will not. But well, Andy, go ahead and let the folks know where to find more about you and more about your trail, and then we'll let Gordy do the same. And also thank anybody that you want to thank.
Cool. Yeah, you can find us on Facebook, Mid-Atlantic USA Bassin Kayak Trail. You also got Rudy's trails on there, Potomac and Susquehanna. You can find my products on crackandtackleco.com. You can also follow me on socials, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I'd like to thank, everybody that participates in the tournaments I put on. Of course, you and Jason for all the support behind the scenes, and my wife, because it takes a lot of time away from her, so I want to give her thanks as well.
Heck yeah. Gordy.
Same as before, wife and kids starts there, love and support. Thanks to Andy for running the circuit. It's a lot of fun, and then just a lot of different ways to do things, the month longs, the weeknights, and the Sundays. It's just a lot of good opportunities. Thanks to Chad and Jason for throwing this podcast. It's a lot of fun. Any chance I get, I love to talk fishing. So it's always a lot of fun. Jason, if you're thirsty, Andy, for always having the best baits, crack and tackle, always having those in my hands and keeping me stocked up. Like he said, his website's been redesigned. It looks really nice. My buddy Tyler DeFord with Podium Paints, check his website out. I think the last time I talked to you guys, he was excited about releasing his urchin style bait, the hantavirus bug, and I can confirm since I spoke with you guys, it absolutely whacks them. So
heck yeah,
that's another one to definitely check out. So, but other than that, thanks again, guys. It's always a blast.
Heck yeah, always good having GQ on the show.
Appreciate it.
Well, I'm going to drop you guys back down below, and we'll see you next week, Gordy.
Yeah,
Andy.
That's good, guys.
Thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm in the studio twice. Look at me go.
That's awesome, dude. How do you do that? I've always wanted to be in
if you don't see my eyes and I'm not looking forward, just know that I am very much working while we're sitting here trying to get stuff up and moving. But don't
doubt that at all. 100%. Chad Brock stay busy.
We've been talking a lot about the that classic berth, but got a little guy here that's let's just bring him on real quick.
I'm Kimbrough with Catawba Tourism, and I'm here on beautiful Lake Barkley, and I'd like to welcome USA Bassin Senior and Kayak Classics to Lake Barkley this fall in September and October. It's going to be an amazing tournament trail.
Hey, what's
We got Justin down there at beautiful Catawba, Kentucky, dropping us a quick little line, and they are excited. They're excited to have us down in Catawba at Lake Barkley. The level of excitement they've got for kayak fishing right now at Lake Barkley is huge. Can't thank them enough for the opportunity to host us for this event. It's going to be great. For those of you guys that don't know, 250 points, man, it gets you into that classic. And it's not an easy thing, as this next trail that we're about to bring on will tell you. It's taken some of them 4 events, Jason, to get qualified because the crowd has been so big. One of the things that you and I have talked about with these bigger trails like Texas, Tennessee, and Andy's going to be experiencing some of that very soon with his trail, as well as Rudy. But Kentucky, they're pulling in, man, anywhere from 35 to 45 boats per event. And man, you catch one fish and find yourself down in 35th place or 30th place, buddy, you just dropped 30 points. You've got to make up ground. I mean, it's not as easy as what you would think.
Absolutely, yeah. When you have a lot of anglers, it really spreads those AOI points out. Where if you have a smaller field and you catch one fish and there's only 5 guys, I mean, boom, you got 95, 96 points. But when you're in one of these bigger trails, you catch one fish and you finish, like you said, in the 30s or 40s. you find yourself with 60 points, and which is only 10 points ahead of if you didn't catch anything at all. So it makes
Right.
it tough, and it
It does.
definitely makes it more challenging. But at the same time, hey, that challenge is competitive, and that's what we're all here for. We want the competition, and it's fun to see, it's fun to watch, and it's fun to participate in. In my personal opinion, I love a
Yeah.
lot of competition for sure, man. And Kentucky is bringing the heat. They bring in the
That they are.
competition. They got the anglers, they got the water, and they got the style, man. I mean, these kids
Mhm.
are. I like these guys. I like these Kentucky guys. There's one in
Good
particular I really
dudes.
like, but I'll let the crowd decide if they can figure
Well,
out who that is. But yeah,
yeah,
let's
we'll
break
get
it
him on
down.
here in just a second. But man, I mean, look at this. Down to 10th place, Mr. Jay Wallen. He brought in that last 5 fish limit, man. And that's crazy because Green River Lake, Jason, I know you haven't been there, but I've been there a few times. And it's long since been a friend of mine. I've liked it really well. The first fish I ever caught there was like 4. The second one was 5.
Oh wow.
And I've not went to Green River and not had a very good day. Well, I'm here to tell you, and the rest of the field from about 11th place down would dare to share that it was tough. It was
Yeah,
tough.
it looks like it was tough. I mean, looking at, Juicy there with, 3 of his 5 fish are still in the 12-inch category.
Hmm.
That right there lets you know it was super tough. You got Paul down there in 12th place. He's an absolute hammer. I saw Marcus
Yep.
Grubbs down there around 15th or so. Obviously,
Trent
we've had
Napier,
him
who's
on the
been on the
show.
Trenton's been on the pod before. One of them Campbellsville University guys.
You know,
And I mean,
they
man,
rode the struggle bus. It looks like
they
it.
did.
So you were down there, Chad. I mean, was it just temperature stagnation, post spawn
Well,
funk? I mean, what's going on?
it could be a lot of things. I mean, we did have, as we were coming down on Friday night to the cabin, me and Marcus Grubbs, there was, we caught the very back end of the front. I mean, it already passed up here in Indiana. And as we drove down, we caught up with the back end of it. So it was a little cloudy, and we got to watch those last few clouds roll over the cabin as we got there. So, I mean, it was really post frontal. It cooled down. We had a big fog. If anybody's seen, a couple of the photos or the video that went up, I think it was yesterday, actually. It was pretty foggy. But matter of fact, we got out on the water after launch. I mean, you could see at launch, you could see decent. No, wasn't worried about anybody leaving. But as we sat there, that first couple hours, man, that fog drifted back in like it would do in New York City off the ocean. It just came out of nowhere and kind of settled over the lake. So, it kind of changed that window. And I think most of the guys that caught them real good were probably on them pretty early. I know the guys that I was around, they was grinding all day long. It took them right up to the very last tick to get the fish that they had got. So, could have been post front. It could have been, it's kind of like old Lake Monroe, man. About 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, that pleasure boat traffic starts creeping up, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it
But
always plays a factor in these impoundments. Folks love their water. They love to get out there and play, and it's part of the game we play. You know what I mean? We don't get the lake all to ourselves, so that's something we got to compete with. But hey, shout out to all those anglers that toughed it out and competed, and brought home some valuable AOI points there. Juicy J in 10th place. Jacob Grigsby. Wonder if he's related to Shaw. Maybe not.
Probably.
We'll say is for
We're just
the
gonna say
fishing
he
pond.
is.
Yeah. In 9th place, Mr. Matthews, just again, inch by inch, 69.5 inches. Took home 8th. You got Troy, 69.75 inches, 7th place. 6th place, you got John. Starting to get into a little bit better, got the 16-inch quality fish starting to creep up on the Tourney X leaderboard. And then, Mr. Nate. Oh, dang. Would you look at that? Look, oh my goodness. Oh, yeah. Yeah, comb it out, son.
Yep.
Yeah, pick that thing out. Look at you, Mr. Nate Faulkner, aka my favorite Kentucky angler. coming in strong with the coon. Is that a coon that we got on there? What kind of critter you got on your head there?
Coon skin hat. It takes 2 to make a hat. It's real coon skin.
It takes 2 of them.
Well,
yep.
And for the record, I told him, we were standing there. We had a little Chris Hogan. Shout out Chris. He set up a nice little food truck for a little meet and greet. Anybody that wanted to show up and partake in a little after Bassin festivities, get a few of these quality USA Bassin stickers and just hang out for a few minutes and eat some good barbecue. I told Nate, I said, man, you can come on the podcast, but you got to wear the hat.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. I bet. Are you sweating? Well, I can't say what I was going to say, but is that thing keep your head pretty warm?
It's pretty warm. It's pretty warm. I've worn it during a tournament one time in the end of October. Maybe if it's cold enough at the Classic, I might bring it out. But if it's hot like it was last Saturday, I couldn't do it.
Oh, Lord, no. It's a little sultry out there on the waterways. But, man, 5 bass limit, 5th place finish out there on Green River, man. Shout out to Chad's got you showing some fish there. Tell us a little bit about your day, man, how it went out there.
Yeah, I really just feel like I kind of just survived this tournament. It's tough. I had a tough day. I started my morning, actually, I was throwing a 19 millimeter Hags prickly pear on a brush pile, and I lost 3 nice fish to start my morning just back to back. So that was kind of like a little bit of a setback. It didn't feel too great. And then I kind of hunkered down and stuck with the brush pile thing, went up to some more piles I knew her. And I rigged up the night before. I didn't even throw these in practice, but I rigged them up the night before. They're these little Quakey, they're little tiny ones, though. I don't know what model it's called. They're just the Quakey brand dice. And I drop shot rigged it and was using that on brush piles. I'd throw it in there. And really, it had to be on my first cast. And I was just getting spotted bass to eat it. They're above 12 inches. So I knew a limit was going to play a big role in this tournament, and it did. So I got my limit of just some small spotted bass fishing brush piles. And then I actually moved to a different part of the lake where I thought I'd be able to get some better quality fish. And it just didn't really turn out for me. I shouldn't have left the fish to find fish, but I was here to gamble for it. So I went for it. Ended my day actually going back to where I started and got one good cull that bumped me up a spot, I believe. But yeah, just kind of survived the day with a few bites and made something work.
Now, did you feel like after obviously practicing, but did you feel like this tournament was going to be this tough, or what do you feel like changed for this event?
I don't really know. I didn't get to do a lot of practice. I practiced the day before, and I struggled that day. I wasn't getting very many bites, and I caught a couple on a drop shot. And then actually at the end of the day is when I started throwing that hag, and I was just losing fish on it. I hooked into a few and didn't get them in the boat, but they were really nice fish. So I was like, that's where I'm going to start. And I rigged it up a little bit different, and I thought it was going to work a little better, and it didn't, but I still made it work with the other ones, so I can't complain.
Yeah, it seems to be the juice that everybody kind of keeps close to their vest when they get a rigging style that works good for the coronavirus style baits. I mean, they really don't talk about it. I mean, they'll tell you which bait they caught them on, but
right.
as when it comes to rigging it, no, lips are sealed on that. So yeah, obviously it's an effective bait. We see it catching fish all across the country. But yeah, man, just keep plugging away at it. I'm sure with your skill set in the hunting game and wardrobe, if you can wear a coonskin hat, I'm sure you can figure out to dress up one of them there urchins and keep it on the hook, keep them buttoned up.
That's right.
Yeah.
But heck yeah, man, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you just got edged out too, man. Your 4th place competitor there, Greg Thomas, got you by looks like a quarter of an inch. And you know that's all it takes sometimes. Just a tip will get you a long way. And he edged you out for a fourth place finish. Jeremy Hayes, no stranger
No
to
stranger.
Kentucky angling at all,
Mm-mm.
75 3/4 inches.
It's
Took him
tight,
with-
man. It's tight. You look at those from basically sixth place on up, man. Well, even down to Tony, and well, gosh, I mean, from Jared on up to Jeremy here, man, and Greg. It's just tight. It's just tight.
Yeah, one little bump made all the difference, and in that little bump for second place finish. I mean, there's a 11 1/4 inch gap there, and you look at that big bass of 20 3/4 inches. That there got it done for Mr. Thompson Berry. Giant, look at that crisscross applesauce with the big bass in the lap. I mean, let's go, America. That is a Stone Cold Kentucky stud right there. It looking good on that Kentucky blue catch board. Mr. Thompson, is it Berry?
Burry.
Burry.
Yeah, how you guys doing?
Good,
Welcome
brother,
to the
man.
show,
Hey,
Thompson, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
For what we always like to do, man, for those of guys that ain't been here before, man, tell them where you're from and what kind of kayak you're fishing out of this season, man.
Yeah, so I'm fishing out of a PA 14 360 for all my river events, and then whenever I'm in move-in water, I'm in an outback. And been fishing tournaments about since 2022. That was the same year I got a kayak, and I've just fished my whole life, but never been in the tournament scene until recently, and it's just all I want to do at this point.
heck yeah. Well, it looks like you're into hunting too. How many coons did it take to make that mustache?
At least a dozen.
Hell yeah, man. Look, are you a fireman?
No.
I'm just asking. Okay,
No,
you got the fireman.
I do
look.
get that a lot, though.
I think that's like a
Thompson,
prerequisite any day. So
when we get down to Kentucky Lake, buddy, I'm going to have to take you over to the Dan Brew House over in beautiful Drawfinville, Kentucky, and let you meet your soul brother, because Chase down there, the owner at the brew house, has probably it is a quality stash.
It's
to say the very least.
It's a work of art. Yeah,
it is a work of art.
Yeah. You get the right amount of head of beer on that thing, man.
Oh,
and it's
yeah,
just
for
like,
sure.
oh man.
There you go, West. Well, Thompson, tell us a little bit about the day. What did you see out on the water, and how did Green River treat you? I mean, was it a grinder?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really like green, if I'm being honest. I've got kind of a love-hate relationship with it. My PB came out of there a few years ago, but I've never done well in tournaments, especially this time of year. It fishes real small, and I didn't really want to play brush pile roulette. All the stuff on the main lake was going to be busy. There was a big boat tournament, and then we had 30 plus guys. I also don't have a motor, so I get beat to my spots a lot. I pedal as fast as I can, but you get a 30-minute run, you get tired after a while. So I took my morning and I went as far up the river as I could, basically until I could start to see the riffle. There were carp rolling all over the place. The lake's been super low everywhere around here all summer. We're not up to summer pool anywhere. And last week we got quite a bit of rain, so everything came up a couple feet. And so I figured there'd be some vegetation somewhere I could find something. So I went shallow super early, and then there's just so many carp. They're just all over the place. So I pulled off to some timber on like a channel swing point where it comes off there. I caught a couple about like 12, 15 foot. And then that was kind of my morning. It was real slow. And I worked my way back down to main lake, and I found a good flat, had some good wind in it. I went into the back of it, and there was more of that kind of flooded grass. And there weren't any carp in this area. And so I started finding a couple fish and kind of making my way down, and I started just culling up. And that's basically where I found most of my good fish.
Nice. Sounds like you had a really good approach. And yeah, shout out to that HP, man. I love to hear the human powered boats getting it done out there on the waterways, man. It just goes to show you don't have to motorboat your way through life. You could do it all on the foot pedals.
Yeah,
I like it.
You can kind of keep up with guys for a while. I was on Dale Hollow last year, and on the start, I was keeping up with guys, and when Luke Graham looked at me and goes, "What kind of kayak is that?" And I was like, "It's an Outback."
Yeah.
But if you just you can keep up with them for a while. It's just hard to do it all day.
Oh yeah,
Right.
but the nice thing about it, well, at least on the Outback anyway, with the 180 drive with the kick-up fins, a very dependable propulsion system. You know what I mean? So you don't have a
Yeah.
lot that can go wrong, which is always nice that you can have that to fall back on in the back of your mind. You're going to get to where you want to go. Might take you a little bit longer, but you'll definitely be able to make it back. So shout out to
and
the
you
human
really alluded to something very interesting, Thomas, and this spring has been the tale of the rain between two cities, so to speak. Right between Indianapolis and Louisville, Kentucky. It seems like all the rain has fallen there in that strip, which is where I live, and down south and up north have gotten no rain.
Yeah, it's been a crazy dry spring.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And a lot of the big lakes, I mean, Nolan and some of those, I mean, they were all still really low up until just last week.
Yeah, I mean, Green is still 2 feet below Summer Pool. The spot I was going to start on was dry. So it's not even up to normal.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
But no, you guys did a heck of a job, man. It was a solid day to come in and finish in the top 2, man.
Yeah, it was a bit of a grinder. I mean, I knew it would be, but I knew 90 inches was going to take it. It always does at Green. Somebody finds them.
And that somebody, let's right now, Mr. Dustin Jones, coach as they call him.
That's me,
man. Dustin, flip up screens over here, man. Tell the people where you're from, what kind of kayak you're fishing out, and tell them what you do, man.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Stanford, Kentucky. I've been in Campbellsville for about 10 years now, and I moved to Campbellsville for college and fished on the bass team at Campbellsville University. Started in 2017 and, left that. And a couple of years later, they started a kayak fishing team and the job opened up for it. And had never fished out of a kayak ever and just figured I'd apply. And they trusted me, and I started to learn a whole lot about this kayak fishing thing. This weekend I was in a PA-12 that's actually owned by the university. So thank you, CU, for supplying that for me and letting me go out there.
Absolutely. And a little fun fact, one of the things that went on at this tournament that a lot of people probably didn't know about, unless you watched the pod, $5 from every entry from USA Bassin went back to Campbellsville University to help fund fishing program for these kids. And Jason Cassidy also turned around and donated an extra $5 a boat himself out of his own pockets.
Out of the own bank account over at the Regions Bank. I think it's 170. I think is what we mathematiced out in our little brains here. So happy to make that small contribution to the university there. And Mr. Coach, the teacher is the student, or the student beat the teacher? How's that work out exactly when you beat the brakes off your own boys? I mean, do you get a little bragging rights? I mean,
listen, these guys are a group of hammers, and 9 times out of 10, they're going to go out there and whoop my butt. But this time, I just had to go out and remind them why I'm coach and they're my subordinates. So
Yeah, I like it, dude.
And a little trash talk goes a long way for upcoming events, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude, I'd be watching Bobby Knight reruns every time I went to meet them boys in the locker room, boy. I'd be like, look, you guys ready to throw down? Man, I'll throw a quickie in your eye or something real quick, choke them out. I don't know what you guys do over there at the tournament game, but obviously, you got a 5 fish limit. You slayed them. Got over 90 inches. Heck of a bag. Break down your day for us a little bit. Let us know how you got it. It sounded like the lake was a little bit low, but you were able to put together a winning combination, man.
Yeah, so I went out for just a couple hours on Thursday, and I just happened to check one of biggest community holes on the lake, big flat there by the dam, and pulled up, and they were all dotted up there, and caught 2 fish, my first 2 casts on a big swim bait, and left there, and just hoped they would still be there Saturday. And I showed up that morning and they were still there, but they wouldn't bite the swim bait or touch a minnow or anything. Wouldn't even come up off the bottom. And yeah, they were about 20 foot, 18, 20 foot. And like I said, they wouldn't come off the bottom. So I had the old ball and chain rigged up there in the bottom of the boat and started slinging that thing out there. And it was just insane. It was hard to stay lined up on them because I don't know how many of y'all throw a big ball and chain out of a kayak, but that thing just drags you around.
I know one guy on the show that loves to throw a freaking ball and chain religiously.
It's crazy. It's hard to stay lined up on them. I hadn't really ever hadn't done it a lot, but yeah, if I could stay lined up on them, it was insane how they were eating that Carolina rig.
There's no better way to catch them. These young kids, they just don't understand that when you got a good Carolina rig bite going and that bass rips that rod just about out of your hands, it's the thing, man. It's a thing.
Yeah, it's wearing me out.
But and it'd make you happy to know my one keeper that I did have did come on the Carolina rig. It was the only fish I didn't lose.
There you go.
Shocker.
So, shocker.
Yeah, he'll throw it till his arms fall off, whether the fish bite it or not. And
it's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah. So Dustin, you got the dub. We're going to be donating some cash to your boys. Tell the folks at home a little bit about the program there at Campbell's University and how that all works out. How can someone get in touch with you to be on the fishing team?
Yeah, so Campbell's University, if you don't know, it's located in central Kentucky. Has had a bass fishing team program for several years now. The kayak team is about 5 years old now and just continues to grow. We offer competitive scholarships for fishing on top of academic scholarships and whatever other scholarships they bring to the table on their own. So, yeah, you can reach me at on Facebook. Dustin Jones would probably be the best way, or on Instagram. Just search me up and shoot me a DM. We're trying to grow this thing as big as we can, and it's fun traveling all over the country with these guys. And we've been as far west as Texas this year, and as far south as Florida, and here in the fall we'll be going up to the Susky, Pennsylvania. So we go all over. The university supports us immensely. Typically when these guys show up in the morning to leave campus for a tournament, they just got to bring their equipment. The university provides a whole lot when it comes to the travel and lodging and entry fees and all that good stuff. So it's a great program. Any high school anglers out there, I'd encourage you, if you have plans, you think you got it figured out, but you're just not sure, just come on a visit. Come and see what we have to offer here. It's a great campus, great community, great facilities that we have for the team. A big garage, 6-bay garage that these guys get to pull their kayaks into, and yeah, it's a really good program. Just come on a visit. Come with me and schedule a visit.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful campus down there, and it's definitely in God's country. It's a great place to send a kid for a high quality education. And man, if only they had this when we were youngsters, Chad. I'm telling you, I'd still be in college. I'd be Tommy Boy in this thing for life, bro. Can I get some eligibility?
Yeah,
hey,
probably.
Bring it on. We can check it out.
But Well, let's bring Nate, man. Tell everybody where to find you on the socials, and thank anybody that you'd like to thank, man.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at NateF0987. Kind of just random number. It's my personal page, but also my fishing page. That's who I am. If you don't like hunting, don't scroll too far down on my page. It's mainly fishing posts at the top, but there's some hunting on there too. So well-rounded on that part on the outdoors. But yeah, I just want to thank my parents for always supporting me. Thank my coach Dustin. He handed it to us this weekend, but it was a good time. He always does good, supports us. Great leader to have on our team, and glad that he's our coach. But yeah, thank the university for always supporting us. Thank Dugout Bait and Tackle. They keep us rigged. But yeah, that's really all I got. And thank you guys for putting on the tournament.
And thank you for wearing that coonskin cap, buddy.
Don't have to ask me twice.
Somewhere Daniel Boone is crying and tears of joy right now. I don't think there's anybody else on the world in this world that could pull it off, man.
We're gonna get you guys together and get the picture at the classic.
Yeah,
it's great.
Thompson, man, thank anybody that you want to thank, and tell the folks where to learn more about you on the socials.
Yeah, so I'd like to thank, my family, my wife for letting me do this about as much as I possibly want to. And you guys can find me. I've got a little YouTube channel, nothing major, just post tournament videos on there mostly. You can find me at Thompson Does Fishing, and that's the same for Instagram.
Heck yeah. Obviously, judging by the hardware behind you, you're no stranger to getting the dubs in the bigger tournaments as well. So I'm sure you got some juice on that social media page. So I'll definitely be checking it out for sure.
Yeah, come steal the waypoints.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll be taking screenshots for days. Be out there triangulating and everything.
And I appreciate you guys for putting this on. We didn't have a trail last year in Kentucky, and I was getting tired of going down to Tennessee.
Yeah, we don't want you down here taking our money anyway, Thompson. But no, it's a pleasure to give the folks in Kentucky something to fish. You guys have showed out in a big way, and it makes it a lot easier to do these things when the anglers show up and participate and eagerly participate. We're looking forward to seeing the weeknighters get started up there too. So I'm sure you guys will show up and show out for that. So thank you guys.
That's going to be a success for sure. It was a good call.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate all of you guys, and thank you guys for showing up and being a big part of what's making the Kentucky Trail tick. I'm sure we'll be seeing you guys again here real soon. So we love to stay in chat, but we got to go to Tennessee now.
Tennessee.
Thank you.
Tennessee.
See you guys.
Shoo-wee. Man, hey, everybody.
Thank
Thank you guys for sticking with us tonight. I know we're a little over the hour so far, but we got a lot of bassing to talk about, man. And we got some big bass to talk about down there in Tennessee, Lake Chickamauga.
Start that. What was going on down there? I mean, it was like a
Fishapalooza, dude.
I'm over here on Green River dying. A slow, painful death, as most of the field. But then, man, I'm like hearing these Bill's texting in because he wasn't fishing on Saturday. Bill was judging fish and Roberto, and they're talking about all these giant fish that are just rolling through, man.
Bigs, man. Chickamauga, there's 5 different tournaments going on, kayak tournaments going on this weekend. And, just big fish after big fish showing up in all these different tournaments. We saw some records broke that I don't know if they'll ever be broke again. We could have gave away a century belt, but he missed signing up for our tournament. But shout out to Ewing Minor real quick. Phenomenal kid. If you're in the kayak game, you've heard of him. He busted 112 3/4 inches and 5 fish. Nothing short of awesome. But in our derb, we had several over 20 come across the board as well. Our division record was 22, whatever I had earlier in the year, 22 1/4, 22 3/4. I forget what it was, but it got blew out of the water twice this weekend by a couple anglers. Fisher Lloyd, he caught one over 23, and that was not big bass. You know what I mean? So you catch a 23 and a quarter inch fish or 20, whatever it was, and it's just forgotten because Mr. Elliot Griffin laid a 24 on the board to take home big bass. Go Big Orange. Elliot Griffin finished in 5th place for our tournament. Was 79 and 3/4 inches. I know it wasn't quite the finish he wanted, but when you have a big old giant slounce like that on the deck of your boat, it's always a good day. Welcome to the big show, Mr. Elliot Griffin. Tell the folks at home, introduce yourself, let us know what kind of boat you're fishing out of, and how you just tell us about that giant fish.
Yeah, man. What's up, guys? Yeah, so I fish out of Old Town Sportsman, PDL. So no motor. I'm a no motor, no electronics. Heck yeah, man. Just pure kayak fishing for me. But no, so kind of a slow day, honestly. At least for big fish, most of the day. Caught a lot of 13, 14 inch fish, probably 10, 15 fish. Had a couple come off, so lost a good one in the morning on a wake bait. Came up and crushed it and got a couple cranks on him. He jumped and threw it, so that was a rough start. So just kind of picked my way through and was catching them on a couple of different worms, but really started finding them, picking up the weightless Senko, Texas rigged. That's where I really started getting more bites. And yeah, that fish came late in the day. Jason, I don't know if you looked at the time on the picture, but it was like 12:30, 12:35.
Yeah, I was talking with Vinny, who was the director for another one of the tournaments going on, and I was like, "Yeah, man, my boy, he caught a good one. He wasn't in your tournament." He's like, "What if I told you that fish would have got beat 3 times?" I'm like, oh, that might help him out a little bit actually, because I know you might have been kicking yourself, but we looked it up. I think it was the 7th hour of the tournament, so it was definitely later in the day, on a hot, pretty flat, calm day in the middle of June. Did you expect to catch that caliber of fish out there on Chick? I mean,
Not at all. Well, on Chick, you've always got that opportunity. That's why I go down, right? So I live in Knoxville, and I drive. Usually, it's about 2 hours each way for our tournaments, and so yeah, I'm that's nothing new for me. But that's why I go down there. On Saturday though, yeah, most of the day catching 14-inch fish. It didn't feel like that fish was gonna bite. But I found a little creek there late, and noticed one of the banks down that creek was really well shaded. So I flipped the Senko down through there, and I felt some pecks, and I knew I was in some bluegill beds, and with it being some deep shade, had a couple laydowns through there. I knew I was looking at a pretty good spot, but I didn't pick up a greenfish that first time through. Went through and fished a couple minutes down the creek and just decided to turn around and head back. It didn't look good. But yeah, got going back out of the creek and stopped back by that spot one more time just because it looked so good, and flipped up there, popped that thing one time, and it was on.
good God. I mean, what a fish. Is it your personal best fish? I mean, as a kayak angler, is that 24?
Yeah. So as a kayak angler, that was the longest fish that I put on a board in a tournament. I had 2 that were 22 and 3/4. But this one, took the cake on that. So
yeah.
But not by weight. It was came up a little bit short on my PB for weight. So
Okay, so you did have a scale on you. What'd she weigh out?
yeah, 7 1/4, 7 pounds,
Okay.
4 ounces.
Ain't nothing. 7-pounder on a.
Hey, right? Yeah, no, I'll take it.
Heck yeah, man.
Definitely.
And big bass for the tournament, big bass for the Southeast Tennessee division too for the year. So congratulations on that. Also, probably the first time I've ever seen you without a hat on, to be honest with you. I mean, you could almost
It probably
pass
is.
for a gentleman. I mean, I think even when we stay at the same house together, you came out of the bedroom or the shower or wherever you're at with a hat on. Your
Tennessee hat, right? Yeah,
Tennessee,
absolutely.
not quite the Bill Dance version, but more of a cooler flat bill looking.
Modern
Yeah,
Bill Dance, right?
modern fit. Yeah. So, man, great job. Before we kick you off here, go ahead and give a shout out to anybody you want to thank. Sponsors, wives, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I have to share a bed with my wife tonight, so she gets the biggest thanks. No, but really, we have a 4-month-old daughter, so it takes a lot of work to be able to get me out on the water and have her taken care of and all that good stuff. So, really appreciate my wife for helping me get out there and have this opportunity.
Heck yeah, man! I really do think there's something to that new baby energy that happens out on the fishing scene. It seems like whenever these guys start popping out babies, they start popping out victories or big bass or both. And yeah, I'd challenge that bass versus your daughter in weight and length at time of birth. For sure.
Man, that's a good point. I don't know.
I might need to see a
think
side by side comparison.
no, I think the fish had her beat by probably 5 inches there. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
dude, yeah.
yeah.
Maybe
They were pretty
that's
close
just your
on weight.
daughter with a bass costume on. I don't know. These anglers try some scandalous stuff these days. But man, congratulations on a 5th place finish, man. It was great having you fish out there with us this past weekend, and hopefully we can get you out on the water in 2027.
Definitely. Yeah. Had a great time fishing y'all's tournament. So look forward to the next one.
Absolutely,
Appreciate you
brother.
coming, man.
We appreciate you coming on. And he's a hammer down here in Tennessee. He fishes a lot of local club stuff, travels all over the eastern side of Tennessee, and gets it done. Just got edged out by another Tennessee angler, Jamie Sexton, who's currently leading the local club Angler of the Year. Nobody cares about the guy that finished in 3rd place, but he's a stone cold stud killer. And hey, 2nd place, dude. Who's that guy? I think we've heard of him before.
Let's talk about this guy for just a second. I know we had a little bit of a conversation about this, and Jordan Marshall, 2nd place, 93 and a half inches. He caught some good ones down there on the river, Tennessee River. But man, he walked right into that classic last year. Walked right into the TOC, and man, this year he had to work for it. It took Jordan all 5 tournaments to have the opportunity to requalify.
Yeah. It's just because you're in around great fishing areas and you're a phenomenal angler like Jordan is. It's not always a gimme, like we talked about earlier. Some of these tournaments show up and you have one little slip up, in a tough tournament, you fall back a lot in points, but Jordan is a phenomenal angler and he knows how to get it done. And he showed up in a big way. He worked through an injury out there on the water. He had tweaked his ankles. He was on vacation with his wife Michaela, like the week before. They were in New York City, and had a bum ankle and kind of reached up and tweaked it and thought he was going to have to bail on the tournament and stuck it out and started sticking some bigs, man. And he had a great weekend and clawed all the way up to a 2nd place finish.
Well, and that goes to show you that how much this tournament trail for USA Bass and Jason has changed within 2025 to 2026. In 2026 or 2025, we had 150 points would have got you into the classic.
Mhm.
That was part of our. We took 3 years basically, and we said, "Hey, come try us." We did free memberships for 3 years for anglers to come try us the first time on USA Bassin. It was great. It worked out very well. A lot of people come and got to see what the trail was all about. But one of the other things that the anglers asked for, especially some Tennessee anglers, let's make this championship qualification a little bit harder. And man, it has been. But sitting here today, we've got and depending on results being entered in right now from tournaments over the weekend, man, we got 88 guys qualified to turn around and do this classic again. And these guys and gals have definitely earned their way into this next one.
Yeah, if you make it, into the classic this year, it's not because you were given that opportunity. You definitely earned your way into the
You
classic.
got some
So
sweat equity in it.
yeah, and that's also going to create some really good competition at the classic because now you've
It
got
is.
guys that have fought, clawed, and bit their way to victory and to get these points to accumulated over 250 to qualify for the classic. Fishing
Hmm.
multiple different divisions sometimes to get it done. Fishing multiple events, where before you might only fish a couple events and you're in and you're on easy street. Not this year.
Yeah,
And so there's a lot more on the line, and the quality of anglers and the amount of the anglers that will be in attendance will definitely create a super competitive environment. I can't wait to see it all shake down on Katawa here in a couple more months. It's going to be
it
pretty
is,
wild.
man. It's gonna be super interesting to see how this thing plays out. Obviously, it's getting people to come, and that's the big part of it. I know it's an investment for a lot of folks, and it takes time away from work, time away from your family, and the different things like that. But man, the classic, you can only be a national champion if you're at the classic. It's
That's
it's
right.
great and good to win the crown at home, but there's something to be said to come, throw your hat in the ring and try to go toe to toe with, guys from the great state of Texas, man. There's some hammers down there that are going to come up here and fish this classic. We've
Hmm.
got guys like Mark Chase from New York. They're going to come down and fish this classic. Rudy Yarworth and his crew, man, and Andy, they ain't slouches. The Gordies are going to be there, man. The Gordies are going to be there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and Marcus Grubbs. You don't think Marcus Grubbs? I mean, a two-time. I mean, we talk about Mark Chase, but Marcus Grubbs, a two-time bridesmaid.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
ready.
that,
He's ready to walk down the aisle and say "I do" to a USA Bassin Classic Championship. I promise you that. And so he's always hungry. But man, to stare down one of them bridesmaids 3 times, I don't think so. And you're going to
yeah.
have a handful of these hammers that these young bucks, these kids
Mm-hmm.
that continue to show up, and show out in all these different tournaments, utilizing technology, utilizing old school methods,
Mm-hmm.
just being hammers. And that's what happened to us this weekend. We got served by another college student, Mr. Hunter Olive, and coming out of Carson Newman, which if you don't know about Carson Newman, this young man will tell you about it. But they produce nothing but hammers. I mean, hammers. It's like if the Lakers had a college fishing team, you know what I mean? They just all kind of cycle through there. It's like, oh, okay, well, you want to be a champion, you got to go to Carson Newman. So, welcome to the big show, and I hope I didn't butcher that. I
It's all right.
practiced all day. Is it
Well,
Olivet or Olivet?
it's all of that.
Olivet. I see. I put a little French on it. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
But hey, man, tell the folks a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what kind of boat you fish out of, your school, all the good stuff, man.
all right, yeah. So my name is Hunter Olivet. I'm from here in Maryville, the same town as Jordan Marshall. It's right below Knoxville. I go to Carson Newman. This year in the boat side of things, I do a little bit of both. We finished up in second of team of the year, which is pretty awesome. And we're trying to grow the kayak community like in different colleges as well, so we can have a more competition like that for the kayak industry, which would be awesome. We can have team of the year races like we do for the bass boat team. And yeah, but I'm fishing out of a Hobie PA 14 180.
Heck yeah. Well, man, you had a heck of a weekend out there on Chickamauga. And I maybe in Maryville they don't have a barber shop, but you guys got some big hair. Maybe a fade or two will do you pretty good. But you pulling up some of your fish here now. You're no stranger to the big fish over the weekend. You had one that busted over 23 inches, which, gosh, 9.5 times out of 10. I mean, that's going to be big fish, but this weekend it just wasn't meant to be on Chickamauga, man. I mean, tell us a little bit about your day and how these big fish shook out, where you thought maybe you were in the tournament, as far as the finish goes. I mean, what was your mental state going on? Because the leaderboard was off all day long. For those that don't know, it's in a typical tournament, we shut it off like the last hour. But because of the other tournament going on, they didn't want a leaderboard shown all day because there's a big bass format with an MLF style involved in it. So no leaderboard all day. So we're all out there fishing blind. You don't know where you're at. So now that I've set that small stage, tell us a little bit about your day and mentally where you thought you were at.
Yeah, so I mean, it was probably by 9 o'clock when I had my limit filled out, and I was like, I've got 95 and 3/4 inches. I'm like, this is pretty good. I really didn't know where I was because the standings were turned off for every tournament. But that's just how it had to be the rest of the day. I tried to grind it out, find bigger fish because I had a 15 and 3/4 that I needed to cull. And man, there was a lot of boat traffic. I had 2 ledges that I had fish on, but I didn't, and I ended up not going to that. Which probably ended up hurting me. I could have probably had over 100 if I really went, but I thugged it out in a place where I practiced one day for probably 5 hours, and I was just catching them left and right around grass and on this flat. Actually, I marked the brush pile the day before the tournament. I was like, I see some fish in it, and that's it. That actually ended up where I caught the 23 and 3/4 and that 20 and 3/4 out of the same brush pile. And I actually ended up catching 5 more fish out of it, but they didn't help me.
Oh my gosh, what a brush pile.
Yeah.
It's like a brush condominium.
Yeah, it was loaded.
That's legit. Now, if you said you had an offshore spot, now the TVA folk are notorious for not pulling current on the weekends. Do you think that would have played into it at all, or were you out there close enough to where you could see what kind of current was going on?
Well, they like this year has just been messed up on the TVA. Like we've had no rain pretty much all spring, and we've just kind of been in a drought. So, all the lakes still haven't completely filled up yet.
Mhm.
Messes up, summertime offshore ledge bites and stuff like that. I ended up finding a place of practice yesterday that had some fish on it. Um, and, there wasn't any current, but it's that time of year for fish to start pulling out deeper.
I think Jason may have froze. Did you freeze, Jason?
No, I think we just lost audio.
Okay.
For Hunter there.
Oh, can y'all hear me?
There we go. Yep,
I can
got
hear
you back there.
What did y'all hear?
I heard it all, but I don't know what Jason heard.
Oh, okay. It looked like his mouth was saying, Jason is awesome. He's amazing. I can't believe I stole this victory from him. It was something like that. I mean, stop, you guys. But no, I mean, definitely a hammer. You figured it out. You had a phenomenal weekend. I mean, 95 and 3/4 inches. We've got this little belt thing we've been trying to give away all year. You know, I thought maybe it would be a pretty good opportunity. I had no idea until I showed up at the church there for check-in, how good the anglers had done. I got our tournament judges had sent me the results, and I was like, oh man. And I started talking to a couple of the other directors, Steve and Vinny, and they were telling me some of these numbers that were coming in. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, what is going on? And you know, shout out to your coach for getting it done down there. And you know, obviously you guys have a great pedigree down there at Carson Newman. And what is it with the Eagles, Chad? I think um, Campbellsville is also an Eagle, isn't it?
I'd have to ask the fellas. I don't know.
I
don't know
seen it in the
exactly.
background of Coach Dustin's office there. I seen a little eagle. Might even be the same looking eagle. I think you guys are just sharing eagles right there. I don't know what's going on, but you ever get any like cross border rivalries with the other universities up there on the kayak fishing side? You guys like ever want to do any dueling or anything cool?
So usually, like every year, we have a tournament, and it's called the Battle of the Hollow, where we kind
Yeah,
of meet in the middle, and which is Dale Hollow, and we just call it the Battle of the Hollow, and we go there every year, and kind of do a team thing where it's like Carson Newman versus Campbellsville, and
yeah,
team's best 10 fish over I think it's 2 days, and it's pretty fun. It's just fun competition. Just so we get to sit back and enjoy each other. I'm best friends with a lot of the guys over at Campbellsville. Full of good.
nice.
They've all became friends with us. It's just a really good community for
Yeah,
the hanging
heck
out.
yeah.
Like, we're all got the same goals.
Yeah, definitely love to see the camaraderie with the younger anglers out there. You know, getting it done. I mean, beating everybody's brains in on the water and then being best buds out there at the dorms whenever they're finished up. So, man, huge congratulations to you on getting the victory. You earned every inch of it, man. It definitely wasn't easy, and I can't wait to see how many more years of college you got up there in
I've got two more.
Carson.
I just sophomore year. I'm gonna
Oh
be going.
Lord,
Nice.
awesome.
Well,
Well,
gather the team, man, and come fish with us next year.
Yeah,
And let's make it a thing. Let's get you guys to the Classic in 2027.
let's do it. Yeah, I'll mention it to our coach.
yeah, heck yeah, man. We turns out we make college donations.
Yeah.
So yeah, we donate to you kids on and off the water. So I mean that's
Yeah,
just what we do.
exactly.
So yeah, man. Hell yeah. Thank you for coming out. We appreciate you fishing with us, and congratulations on one heck of a day.
Yeah, man, for sure. And tell the folks at home where to find more about you, and thank whoever you need to thank.
Yeah, well, I've got a Facebook brand under all of that fishing. But of course, I want brands who've been supporting me. Most of all, I want to thank the Lord for allowing me to have opportunities that I have. Wouldn't be anywhere without doing it. But also, first, all the companies that support us, like Dugout Bait and Tackle, make sure we're rigged just like they do for Campbell's. And I got some personal stuff I want to thank. They're always here to help me travel. Everybody, thank y'all.
Absolutely, brother.
Absolutely, man. Well, we appreciate you being on here, man. We're going to let you go, and we are going to close this thing out.
All righty, y'all have a good one.
Thanks, Hunter, man. Have a
Thanks.
good night.
Daggum, man. If you made it this long, man, we saved the big bass for last, but we appreciate everybody watching the show. You might want to split this one up into a couple windshield sessions
drives.
if you're driving. But yeah, man, some great content out there from across the country. Phenomenal fisheries that we got to touch on this week. We've got a lot more coming. We're all wrapped up in Tennessee, but that doesn't mean we're done. We got a lot more fishing to go. No,
got a lot more fishing to go, man. And gosh, like I said, 4 weeknighters coming at you this week. I know for a fact that the Hoosier division is in the house this weekend on Raccoon or not Raccoon, but Brookville Lake. Goodness, I had this up on my screen and then I moved it all because I was doing other things. Let's see here. We'll just go to All Trails and figure this out. But no, we've got a bunch of tournaments coming back down the pipeline. I feel like Clater Lake's coming back this weekend as well.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we've heard from the VA, the Virginians. You know, so I'm sure they're definitely due up for a derb. There's always something going on in Rudy's neck of the woods up there. So
yeah,
him
well,
and
Saturday,
Andy and Bill, they got it all, man.
Saturday, boys, they are on the Susquehanna River division. Is on the Junietta, so that's going to be a big one. You've got the Hoosier division is on Brookville Saturday. Texas, they have had a change in location. Apparently, they are going to Lake Fork now, so be on the lookout for that one. 100-inch belt.
Roll. It's Texas. I mean, it's Texas. It's
that or Pledge is going to have to get me a sponsorship because I'm going to have to keep dusting this thing off. You know, and then let's see here. We've got on the 21st on Sunday, Saranac Chain the Lakes, back up there in the great state of New York. So right there alone.
What did Bill call it? The real Adirondack region.
That's right. So we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4 tournaments this week, 4 tournaments on the weekend. So we got 8 events coming at us on the USA Bassin Kayak Awards. So I feel like that's a 2-parter.
That's a 2-day show.
That's a 2-day show. Kids, we'll be here 2 nights next week. Just plan on that one. But boys and girls, thanks for watching. I got a dog to walk. We've been here long enough. It's time for you to go to bed. You've got to go to work tomorrow, folks at home. But seriously, thanks for watching. We appreciate the heck out of you. And to all those that fished with us over the weekend, I mean, just give yourself a round of applause, would you? Just give it to you. You earned it. Heck of a job. And we'll see you guys at Catawba. Good night.